Alright, so I made these cinnamon rolls this morning. I had leftover pizza dough from last night. And if you're interested, I can explain how I made it. But Orrin has tasted some. So tell me your, sorry, tell me your verdict on it. Tell me again.
It's perfect.
Very funny. So I also put raisins and pecans in it.
The sour cream is pretty good, you know. The raisins and pecans do really bring it out. Gives you that pecan spin style, but just with you know, cream on top is what it really tastes like. It could use a little more cinnamon, but not too much, or it'll, you know, ruin it. Other than that, it tastes good. No sugar. I'm all for it.
Yeah. So before I rolled it, I put honey in it instead of the cinnamon sugar that you're supposed to sprinkle in. So you're saying you can tell there's not enough cinnamon in it.
But I can taste the sweetness. It's still sweet enough. It's still a sweet pastry type of style. It just, you know, you could have cinnamon in it and then it'll taste more cinnamon rolly, but we don't have to have it. The texture is the biggest thing to really get right with this stuff, and this is what it has.
What about the topping itself?
The topping itself, cream cheese has a way of taking on sweetness very easily, but also if you don't put on that, it'll just taste like cheese. Well,
could you tell that I put honey in that too? Like
I could taste that it is sweet, a little bit sweeter than what it would be, because it can easily be bland or just taste like some regular bland white cheese or whatever if it's not doctored with something. And I can taste that it is a little bit sweeter than what it would normally be.
Okay, I know you're ready to get that bite in, but between a 1 and a 10, sorry, wait, 1 to 10, what is it?
This is a solid 10 out of 10.
What? Come on, Orrin, be honest.
I'm being honest. Solid 10 out of 10. I don't need the extra cinnamon taste.
Now, I don't think it's a 10 out of 10. I would call it a, let's see, probably a 7.5. I still want to, I want to make them again to try to get it better. But yeah, I personally think it can use more cinnamon. You think cinnamon would ruin it? Like
too much.
Too much cinnamon would ruin it?
Yeah. It ruins our oatmeal when I put in too much cinnamon.
Yeah, so I also did not measure anything. I didn't measure anything. I didn't follow a recipe. So maybe that's the other problem. I just kind of, you know,
there's no problem here except for the cinnamon. A little bit more, but not too much, or it can be dangerous.
And a little more sweetness.
No, it doesn't need a little more sweetness in my opinion.
Oh, okay. In my opinion, I think it needs to be more sweet. But, all right. You have a few more. That is what's left. So we're getting ready to go make tracks. Spend some time with the children. The children looking at that ladybug.
Must have sneaked in during yesterday's meeting, eaten the bits of food, and ripped the page. And now he sniffed it, and sniffed it, and sniffed it. Was he trying to tell me something?
Keep right.
The ripped page case really solved? Did Fang really do it? I looked at the photo again. The page in the cookbook had no food on it. The page I had seen at Rosa.
I feel like I'm going to fall.
Go ahead.
All right, let's hold hands, please. You are gonna.
Go ahead, I'll catch you.
Let's see.
None of y'all trust me.
Well, are you actually catching them? Yeah. Okay, trust fall. All right, that you're doing them on the.
All right.
You fall down.
I see.
I heard that.
There. All right, let's hold hands.
Let's put crosses on ours too.
Crosses.
Cross that.
Right there. Turn around. In that car.
Oh, inside of the car. Okay. All right, so we're here, but unfortunately we are late, and so the next showing will be in an hour. So we're just going to hang out at the library until then.
Yay.
Unfortunately, but then that kind of pushes our schedule over, doesn't it, Ward?
Yes.
So that's a little,
I have work to do.
I know.
I have remote working that I do.
Well, I'm really sorry. I feel like we're always
Late.
on the late train. No, this way, please. Don't touch anything. Come over this way.
Let's play when we put
Over here.
No.
Follow me. Ugh.
Well, I guess maybe the late 80s, early 90s.
Wait a minute, when she was younger?
Yeah.
She has a red nose.
Look, Helen Keller. Yes.
Why does she have a red nose?
I don't know. That's just how the person who drew her wanted her to look. But yeah, I'm not feeling this. I don't see the resemblance. It says Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey. Got it.
I always find it interesting which women they choose, you know, for who's worthy.
You?
No, who was important. Jane Austen. Interesting. I guess they chose people who were, you know. I think a lot of these are fiction, though. Mary Higgins Clark. I think a lot of these are fiction.
Everything fiction, love.
I'm not really
That
interested.
dog.
Yeah, I'm not interested in fiction. James Patterson. Okay.
Yeah, we all about nonfiction around here.
Something that's gonna be help me in life.
Yeah.
What is it supposed to look like? Oh. How many pieces is it?
A lot.
All right.
And a good thousand.
Huh, look at all the games you can check out. Apples to apples. What's your favorite game? Hangry? Oh no, what?
Monopoly game.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Black. Yay! Now I got 7. Now 8. Blue.
Quiet down, okay? Whose turn is it?
My turn. Is it my turn? Yes.
Okay, no worry, we don't do that with our foot. Go ahead and wave. Oh. Uh-oh. Or? Which book are you looking at? Pink. A Women's History March. Interesting.
Come on, let's go play on that thing.
We're gonna be on this side here. You do the race collar. Gotta get your wrist off of it. Number one.
Oh, I'll just do a little shortcut.
My driving skills impeccable. Get up to work.
That's how they get you, Orrin.
What?
Once you get in the grass, there's no coming out. Once you're in there, you're stuck.
Yeah,
You're in there.
put both hands on the wheel.
Please win this game.
Is anybody on the road anymore? Oh. Oh no, Orrin's way in the bushes. Uh-oh.
Or we don't rage quit. We gotta. Or you gotta pop fast. Pop it fast. Bop.
Trying to make sure that that's right.
Trudy's working. I see Orrin.
It's over.
A spider on a web?
Yeah.
What's an hour and a half from 10:38?
Alright, so if we're not out of here by a certain time, we have to pay for parking.
12:24.
Okay, great. So we have like, what, 5 minutes? 9 minutes. Where is the ticket? Where's the ticket, please? Who? Orrin had the ticket, so where is it, please, Orrin? Please quickly pass it. Pass it to Daddy.
Give it to him. Here.
Thank you.
All right, let's go.
The story is to not steal. That's what I think it's about. It's not to be stealing from stolen goods anyway. And that the lady was worthy of being betrothed and married. That's why she did a little extra dance at the very end while they were walking out. She was like, you know, I'm a good wife.
Sweet.
That's why Alibaba at first was like, oh, you're not married yet. She wanted to be a wife, and she proved herself.
Orrin, do you understand the story now?
Do not steal.
Not to take things that are not.
Even if they're from bad people who steal too, you still don't steal from stealers.
No, I still don't know.
Now, what about the brother? I feel like he
I think
did a little something too.
I think the brother's a little
Gone?
non-existent at the moment.
Oh no.
He said no, it slid back. That's the funniest part of the.
Oh, he got
said,
dragged away.
No, that's the only thing they could do.
Let's see if we have to pay.
Today.
Insert your ticket with the barcode facing up. Or scan your monthly card.
Oh, we have to pay. We were over by 13 minutes.
Just my cereal's wrong.
What do you mean? So, we were explaining to the children about these party buses. Or really we were explaining about what? A bachelorette or a bachelor party? Which way am I supposed to be going?
Straight.
Oh, okay. But what I was getting a little emotional about was that that
Take me home.
these kinds of
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
So what I was saying is that it was emotional because before you get married, the tradition is to do some sort of big party. What was your explanation, Orrin?
This is her last chance to really live like this, because when she becomes a wife, she won't be able to as much anymore.
Where am I going now? Left or
Straight.
right? Oh. Yeah.
It says no stupid people beyond this point.
Where? Oh.
Fix this stuff. Oh Lord.
I'm curious what you think about that.
I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
Well, did you have a last hurrah? And do you think that it's appropriate to have a quote unquote last?
If I had my choice, I guess I would have played video games till instead of going to a restaurant.
Do you think that's how marriage is supposed to be? That you're not going to be able to do certain things now you get married, have your last little fun, almost like Mardi Gras, like have your last little bit of fun because you're about to get tied down and you won't be able to eat certain things and you're going to have to pray every day and like for the lynching.
No, I don't think that things work like that. I don't think life is like get it all out of your system. So then it's always a gradual getting it out of your system.
But I just don't like it because it makes it sound like marriage is not fun. That once you're married you can't do things like that. Or is that true? Once you're married you shouldn't be doing things like that.
It's fun. I mean, marriage has its own positives, but it's meant to be serious and to grow you as a person and to grow and to give you an understanding of your relationship with God and stuff. It's not meant for
Parties?
Yeah, parties and kadosh.
Make the break? Yeah.
You could even have a real vlog, or you also have to look at thinking about other people and what they want to listen to.
So, not exactly the healthiest of lunches. I mean, technically, I made the cinnamon roll. There's no sugar in it, but I'm trying to hurry up and quickly get to the library. That was the rest of the pizza. And return the books and get some other ones. Sorry. you all go and quickly pick up some books before it's time to go. I'll be there in just a second. All right, come on out, please.
We will do a review of the ones that you haven't done later.
Stay right there. Can you hold on to this, please?
It's time for a moving workout. Now your brain takes a break and you get to move those parts of your body.
Stay right there. Excuse me, hand please, away from the door. Stay right there, don't move, please.
Are you mad? Let's exercise our muscles.
All right, hold hands, please.
Here. Let's exercise 12 muscles that help us smile.
Alright, all done. All done. All done. We're gonna leave some flowers on the tree.
All right, so coming back to close out the vlog, and it's late o'clock, like 9:30. I was like, how come I can't see? I don't have my glasses. I'm trying to look at the clock, like I can't see.
Yeah, you said 9:30. That's 9:33.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's okay.
well, I mean, I saw it on the phone beforehand. But anyways, okay, so 9:30. So closing out the vlog, it was kind of busy, but after the library, or during the library, when we got there, you know, we had to wait that additional hour. And while our children were playing, we didn't show it since there were other kids around, but this lady came up to me and said that she, I mean, were you there for that? That she said
I was kind of there. I tried to back away and let y'all have y'all's time and all that. You know, I thought it was a quote unquote special moment.
I guess so. And so that's something I wanted to, you know, mention too. But she basically said that God keeps highlighting me to her and that she wanted to pray with me. So then she, you know, we had like a small little conversation about name, where you're from.
Well, first she asked, name where you're from, but then she was like, or not even where you're from. Like she said name, you told her where you're from. And then she asked, what can she pray for you for? Yeah. And you're like, I don't know. I'm good.
Well, I was just really taken aback, I guess is the word. I guess I'm skeptical of those kind of things, and that's what I wanted to talk with you about was, is it biblical for strangers to come up to you and to say, God is showing me that I need to pray for you? I mean, I think of, I guess, Elijah. Was it Elijah? Or that prophet who...
I'll send you a widow to nourish you.
Well, I guess that, but it was the guy who's on the chariot. It wasn't. It was a disciple, a guy who was on the chariot.
So that's Andrew or Philip or something like Philip.
And he was reading scripture. I guess Isaiah, a scroll or something from Isaiah, and God literally sent somebody to him at that time to help him with the scriptures. Mm-hmm. So who I'm talking about? So
I believe it was Philip, and that was that guy was from Ethiopia. He was an Ethiopian eunuch. He was reading Isaiah and did not understand what he was reading. And Philip told him and baptized him. There's water right here. Yeah. Then immediately after that,
right,
the Spirit picked him up in a whirlwind and took him somewhere else. Yeah.
So I mean, there's biblical evidence of it, or evidence in the Bible that God will send people, to do certain things. But I guess I wonder if that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think that still happens now, that people say that? And I'm skeptical because I guess I kind of grew up where I heard and saw that a lot. And so I heard and saw a lot of prophesying people who are saying, those kinds of things.
I don't know. I don't know if it was real or not. Part of me does not. I was taught via our church that we went to before back in Savannah that if you're skeptical, you don't have to worry about it. Just line it up to the Bible. If it lines up with the Bible or whatever they're saying, cool. If it's like gray area, like just straight up new stuff that they're saying, then that's when you have to be a little more skeptical. But if they're just praying, just let them pray and walk off. Or if they're talking to you, let them talk, and then it's it. Like you can brush it off. But if they're saying things that are biblical or biblically based, I think it's worth taking to account, because that's what the prophets typically did, as we talked about before.
Yeah, I mean her prayer. Oh, and so the other thing is, I'm here, out there with my children. So the other thing, so on top of mine is safety. Like I don't know this person, and I don't want to be caught, off guard. And where we live, we've had a couple of children pop up missing. And so
you thought she was going to have you pray, y'all bow your heads, and then after that, someone will snatch your kids up.
Yeah, it sounds horrible, but I mean, it's horrible. That's the world we live in, is that they would do that. So even
and you were literally wearing this shirt that says God got me.
Yeah, so I wonder if
like you'd be more willing to get down to pray, and then that snatch happens.
Right. So I wondered if I maybe targeted myself, but
I think that honestly, if someone wanted to pray for you, they wouldn't just pick at someone with a God got me shirt on because they automatically know you went to a church. Like I would feel like they would go for someone who they just thought needed prayer so they can try to convert them and move them along to their church. If you got a God got me shirt on, you more likely to go into a church, and I would not pick someone like you if I was.
Well, is it her picking, or was she led by God or not? I mean, that's the question. I mean, I don't know if this is I don't know if it was from God or not. That's in.
Well, tell me the rest of the story. Okay, like all the info that she told you. Just tell me everything, and I'll let you know what I've analyzed from my police skills when I was watching.
Okay, so after that, just kind of talking a little bit. She asked about the pregnancy, how many weeks I am, if I had other children, all this stuff.
Yeah, she assumed that you did not at first. Like assumed you didn't, but then she was like, oh yeah, well you're in the kids area. You do have kids. You know, you should. You know, there's one right there.
And I asked her if she had children too, and she had one. And she was saying
she
how
like
they're
pointed them out?
visiting. Well, no, just one. And she said that they're visiting from like another state. But when she started to pray, you know, she asked if she can put her hand on my shoulder, all that stuff, and prayed.
Her arm around your neck. Get up, put my hand on your throat. Get up, put this knife to your back.
Oh my goodness. I was hoping you were watching all of this, or that you were close by, because like I said, for safety reasons. Like even recently, we, you know, when I eat to pray, or if we're in public and we're praying, I don't close my eyes. Like, I don't know about you. Do you close your eyes? I don't close my eyes. I'll bow my head, but I'm still kind of aware of my surroundings. I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
I purposely walked off and gazed at a couple of books in a certain area, not far from where you all were. Gave you about a minute, then I started to walk back, and it seemed like she, you know, you said you have a nice vacation or a nice trip here, and
but were you listening? So I guess you were too far.
I wasn't listening. No, I wasn't listening to the prayer.
You were too far to hear. Okay.
Because honestly, I'm a guy who, you know, because I'm a guy, I guess, I just like, oh, someone wants to pray for her, you know, I'm going to give them their space, let them do them, and back away a little bit.
Yeah. Well,
and hold on, and let's talk about the first part. I was wearing a hat, and a librarian lady, because the kids and wife came in before me, so they were in the library before me, and then I came in, I was wearing a hat and, you know, my coat and stuff, and the librarian kind of stopped me. Can I help you, sir? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm with them. Oh shoot, wow.
Yeah, I think she was kind of, you know, embarrassed.
And we were talking about that, me and you, like, you know, kind of leaning against the little miniature wall. We were talking about it, and that's when the lady walked up and introduced herself. It was after that weird incident where I was, you know, being questioned. Like, I looked suspicious, quote unquote, scary. But then this lady walks up after that who's also suspicious. Not really scary, but she looked suspicious coming up and all that kind of stuff. Or you felt like she was suspicious.
Yeah. Anyway. She was interesting looking. You know, I had seen her walking around before she introduced herself, and I thought her outfit was kind of interesting. And, you know, I thought she had a cute little outfit on. But, so yeah, the prayer was, you know, praying for the pregnancy. She also paused a couple times to say, kind of like I hear you. No, something. I feel like I scratched myself.
I hear you, God.
Yeah, I said, you know, I hear the Lord saying, or hear God saying, you know, He's proud of you all, or, you know, she was talking about you and I, like as parents, that God's proud of us, and then something else, something along the lines of being vague, I guess, not necessarily
proud of
something
you for
specific.
Being married.
Yeah, and now I guess
proud of you for taking your kids to the library.
Well, very funny. So I also thought back, instead of praying about the pregnancy, I wonder if we should have prayed about or asked about the move. But then again, a reason why I didn't bring anything up was I felt like if she felt led to pray for me, she would be led to pray for something specifically. So
if she was really acting out of prophecy or whatever,
well,
she would have known we were moving, and she would have done that Daniel stuff. It would have known that and prayed for the move.
Yeah, like you mean like the king? Like, no, I'm not going to tell you the dream.
Yeah,
you just tell me what it means.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you what to pray for me for. You're gonna know if you were really sent by God.
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah. So I asked her after the prayer. I asked her if she does that often. Like you know, that must be hard to do, to just walk up to someone and pray for them. And she says she tries to be obedient, or she tries to follow what God, you know, tells her to do. Seems like she was ready to go after that. So I was like, oh, okay, well, bye. You you know,
And,
I just
and
thought it
she
was
mentioned having a husband, right?
Yes.
That she and her husband are on this vacation trip with their 3-year-old.
Right.
And she kind of pointed towards the structure area for the 3-year-olds like in there or something like that. Is that?
I guess so. Yes. It's hard to remember now.
So did you notice she had her husband there?
Yes. Like as we were walking to go into the theater, like sort of to watch the little puppet show, we passed by them again. So.
Yeah. So that's where I was standing when y'all were praying. I was standing near man, just looking odd, kind of standing right there. You know, and as I heard y'all kind of wrapping things up, I saw her walk over to him. So, you know, and just kind of stand there with him. The interesting part about it is because she felt compelled to do the prayer. Before then, she met you, you know, she asked you for your name, and she, you know, shook my hand and asked me for my name. So I would expect if a husband is in the area that he would definitely come up and shake my hand too, and not just be completely silent the whole time.
Right. Letting his wife run around and pray for him.
Or if I'm in the area of him while his wife is praying, that he would say something to me as well. Because I didn't know that it was her husband. I was just right there. But then seeing them together, I was like, I was right there with you. You know, like what's going on there? So it could have been, hey, bow your heads, and then the husband or man, whoever that is, snatch, you know.
Right. Like, they could have been working together in cahoots to snatch kids. I don't know. And I hate to think that way. Who knows? I mean,
then, you know, like she could have, you know, been a prostitute, and because that guy was significantly older. Like, she looked like she was in her maybe mid or earlier 20s to some extent. And he looked like, you know, he wasn't. You know, he looked aged a little bit, like a little bit older than us at least, or something.
Okay, Ryan. I feel like you say that a lot about a lot of couples.
Well,
like you
honestly, they did look very similar to that other couple.
Okay. Well,
but anyway, you know, it could be some kind of this situation where, you know, she, you know, bow your heads and then snatch the girl, and you know, you got that way that we get more girls in the ring, you know. You take them while they're young. I don't know. It could have been something like that. And it could have been because he had the got me shirt on and all that. But I guess if maybe he would have ran up and snatched the kid if I wasn't standing right by the guy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just a little odd. And I hate that we have to think of things odd. Like, you can't just trust and believe that someone is really wanting to pray for you. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we live in a broken world.
Yeah. Well, I know people who have done that, though. Like, you know.
Yeah, and somewhat weird call to do that at least. At least, you know, invite them to Easter and stuff. But we could and should possibly stop people, you know, like stop by people in the aisle in the store and be like, hey, like, not the God spoke to me, but just, hey, you know, we're living this life. I understand everybody's going through something. What can I pray for you?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is that I feel like it means more if you know the person. Like, I don't think I've had that happen to me unless the person kind of knew me or had some sort of connection. Like, not just literal cold stranger. Like,
but we can, like, think of at least a couple people back in that would do that.
Yeah, but, right.
That as well.
I see. You're just name dropping.
You can bleep that out if you want to.
All right. Well, so yeah, that was it. Busy Saturday. We'll see. Maybe I'll work on more vlogs. Let me know.
You worked hard on these vlogs.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm not that good, obviously. But
and then this 15-minute conversation right here is going to be a big part of the vlog.